Hi there, and welcome to Real Talk with Angry Soccer Mom. This week's discussion topics include anything you feel is newsworthy about racism, bigotry, and inequality in America. So as I always say, that's going to be everything. So let me get us set up so I can take people's messages. And got it. Great. I think I'm all set. So remember, our topics are always anything you think is worthy of talking about that has to do with racism, bigotry, and inequality in America. So if you are watching, please say hello, and please don't be shy. If you knew my story of how shy I used to be, you seriously would never be shy around me. So join in. One of the reasons I do this show, like I say, is Lakeisha, hello, thanks for being here. You're awesome. It's way past time for white America to take some racial responsibility and educate ourselves about our real racial history. If our generation doesn't do it, we just leave it to the next, and we've been doing that for centuries. So it's just so important because in order to make informed decisions based on real facts and not propaganda. Hi, John. Thanks for being here. We have to be able to face the truth. And white Americans need to know how our past and present culture of systemic racism has caused all the divisive, horrific problems that plague us even today. So it's our generation's, hi, John. It's our generation's time. And we can't just keep leaving it to the next one. Or people in historically marginalized groups will never get there. Because here's the thing. Every new generation of white people, they come out racist. I mean, no offense, but it's true. And so it's like there's a lot of us, and we need to take responsibility. I'm not talking about being a leader. I'm not talking about taking over. But for God's sakes, we need to actually care. So anyway, the fact is, and this is not going to be an easy thing to take, but the fact is that I truly believe that once white people get educated, and I mean really educated, thanks, John says, we do need to care things, we'll see and we'll realize very quickly, once we know the truth about our real history, that we, the white people, are the problem. We're the ones holding our nation back. People love to blame Black people, African-American people, Indigenous people, people of color. They love it. Brown people, you name it. But you see, if you're educated, and I am not just saying this, if there are white folks listening, I'm sure I'm getting, oh yeah, right. But this is something I've studied. And if you'll just take the time to educate yourself, you're going to realize we've been fooled. We've been fooled into blaming the wrong people for all of our problems. And it's killing people. It's murdering people. Hello, Anthony. Thank you for being here. Yay. Thank you so much I appreciate you being here so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Just even stopping in is great. So, and you know what the craziest part about all this is? Oh, Lakeisha, Empire Star. Yes. And Lakeisha, I don't follow pop culture very well, but I read about that. Oh my God. That was terrifying. And it's just rippled through the communities in America. And sorry, I should read it. Empire Star, Jesse Smookey was attacked by white men in Chicago and brutally attacked. Like this is insane. So I'm just so glad that he made it okay. And I'm going to count on everybody watching to help with pop culture and stuff like that. Tell me what you think. This show needs to be about what you think, because God knows I'll blab on, and I will. So this is the craziest thing about all the oppression that has gone on for centuries. Black people and people of color and indigenous people and brown people are kicking ass. The non-white people are succeeding anyway. They're doing more than succeeding. They're doing amazing in every area of life, despite this system of sick oppression that's gone on and on. Thanks, Anthony. Yes, it's okay. When I blab, I teach. You know what? I was a teacher for years, and I just, oh my God, my poor children. They'd have to like hide in the closet, like the lecture. But not everybody. What are you referring to, Lakeisha? Tell me. Right. Not everybody's doing great. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. Is that what you mean? Yeah. It's just, what I mean is, when I think about historically what white folks are trying to do and have been trying to do, and over with redlining alone, with lying about our history, not just the lies, the pure lies. I mean, I know so many white folks who they think being nice to everybody is enough. They think, those black, I know it because I work with them all day. Oh, those people, you'll get those people. I just don't know why they want to live in poverty in inner city. It's like, you freaking morons. Like, yeah, they just don't get it. They're so dense. And I'm not trying to bag on white people, but without the education, they literally, and without knowing an actual real live person who isn't white, which 75% of white American adults don't. It's incredible. They literally don't know a single person who's a close friend. So how would they know? They just hear the media and the lies. And so anyway, yes, I do blab when I'm teaching. I get crazed. It's like something in my eye gets, I don't know. But thanks, Anthony. That's funny. But yeah, so from the beginning, and you're right, Lakeisha, not everyone's doing well. But I guess what I really meant, and I over-explained myself, is that, I mean, it hasn't been that long. 1964, and plus then nobody implemented the rights. We can talk all we want about civil rights, but white folks know how to get around them. I mean, they know how to scooch around and follow the law, but not the spirit of the law. So, I mean, in my very privileged opinion, until everybody, and I mean everybody, is educated in the truth and taught how to talk about it, how to defend, how to debunk all these lies, it's going to be really hard. And people will get their equality. But my take is, for God's sakes, why shouldn't we white folks, be helping, supporting, doing? I mean, because if we're not supporting, we're oppressing. And that means we are just as bad as the people we're trying to, teach. So that's my take, and I'm pretty serious about it. So I want to know what you think. From the beginning, Trump, of course, has been on a mission to take away civil and human rights of pretty much every fellow American we have, unless you're white and wealthy or middle class. And this makes him understandably a target for us to be enraged at. I'm not really into like hate and all that stuff, but he's truly evil. And I'm not religious, so I'm not saying that in a religious sense, but the he's a sicko, he's just like a sicko. So, but the truth of the matter is, there was a market for it. We allowed a market in our generation to cultivate, just like all the other ones. There's a market for hate, and that's how he made his way to office. And I read this thing that said in Trump's first year, he told more lies than ever in the history of recorded presidents. But and then his second year, he told 3 times as many. So I've been kind of trying to go, like, I'm one of those people who are like, what's wrong with these people? What, I have to make them, like, I guess I'm a control freak in a way. I want them to stop. I want them to get this so that everyone can be united. You are in trouble, Antoine, because guess what? Your first comment came up as checked. So they're checking it. Let me see. That's why dang. Thanks for being here, Antoine. Anton, I can't read your comment. But Anastasia, doctor, thank you for being here. We can talk about the Asian men attack and killed in New York City. We can talk about the 5 people killed, and I think in LA. And we can talk about the cops shot and all done by who? Oh, yes, we can. Can we talk about that? Abso-stinking-lutely. I have it. Yep. It's on the agenda. It's on the agenda. Absolutely. And oh my God, yeah. That's something that I can't get over. The media, and to be honest, Anastasia, Dr. Cindy, yay, you're well enough to come. Thank you so much I need your expertise. Yay, I'm so excited. I love having the people who come here. It's awesome because you guys teach me stuff and that's what I need. And if you know anything, that I don't know about, which is a lot, bring it on, tell me, and I'll read what you have to say. Hi, Neil. Thanks for being here. It's easy to jump on. It's easy to jump on. I'm going to do a little bit of a rant, and then I will jump into all these subjects. And yes, absolutely. The mass shootings too. I mean, this has been insane. What's going on? The big question is this: what is going on with these Trump supporters who have blindly devoted themselves to this sick man who's lying and cruel and inhumane? And the temptation for me, what do you guys think? I mean, I have a lot of, Anthony, can't we just like each other enough to get along? Yeah, when you say that, I have kind of a strange take on that. As a white woman, it's probably not common, but I'm gonna say it. Cult, yes, thank you, Dr. Cindy. It's a cult. I'm gonna actually talk about that tonight because I tried to delve into some amateur psychology, and I know you actually know stuff, so help me out, or at least don't laugh too hard when I try to explain things. My take on that, Anthony, is that it's not we, it's us. I'm sorry, it's us, it's the white people. I'm not trying to blame, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's the white people aren't getting along. Okay, and sure, there are probably people who are not white who aren't getting along too, but let's be real. We are the people who are, it's like when one person's being reasonable and just wants to have equality in a life, like what we're supposed to have. And the other person is like, no, I'm going to do rotten things to you until you get nothing and like it. And it's going to continue to do that. It's not we anymore. And so, words do matter. And I'm not putting down what you're saying, Anthony, in any way, shape, or form. But honestly, it's not we. It's the white people. And that's just how I feel. And you guys jump in, tell me what you think. Thank you, Anthony. Absolutely. After all, we are all God's children. We are all our brother's keeper. That is so beautiful. And it's true. Yes, we can talk about Anastasia. Anastasia. Yes, we can talk about how 45 has changed the laws for domestic violence. Gutted them. Yeah, he's a sicko. He's a sicko. Mentoring 42, welcome to the show. Let me see. An Indiana GOP lawmaker wants to change. Yes, I just read that. And you guys, on the stuff with blah, blah, blah. The domestic violence stuff, I've read about that. But you guys, because I'm kind of like blabbing, you guys throw in stuff. I want to know more information about it because I've read articles on it, but I don't have a lot of notes. And I was blown away. What do you guys think about that? Jamie, thank you for being here. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see everybody. Mentoring 42. Oh yeah. Indiana GOP lawmakers want to change the child labor laws that will include children as young as 14. This will have the worst impact on minorities. Absolutely it will. Absolutely. And the dude that wants to do that is, by chance, a business owner. What do you know? That he's kind of leading that. And I don't know if he owns a ski resort or something, but that's disgusting. I mean, I get this whole taking us back 50, 100 years. And I knew that's what this would do, but I underestimated the evil genius of these people who have wanted these things. And it's crazy. Dr. Cindy, key for white people is to first acknowledge racism as as it institutionally exists, whiteness as an ideology exists, and then see themselves as a collective instead of individual. Oh my gosh, absolutely. Because part of the problem, and I want Dr. Cindy has to be on the show because she'll be able to explain this a lot better. Part of the problem is, and I can speak as a white person, I grew up not thinking I was white. Quentin, yay, thank you for being here, Quentin. I'm so happy you're here. Jump right in. We're all friends and just talking. And everyone here is a teacher, right? Because everyone knows there's just too much information. But when I was growing up as a white person, I didn't know I was white. And you might think, you got to be kidding me. I'm not. I absolutely. Oh, Anthony, it sounds like child slavery is trying to make its way back. Yep. And was that Indiana? Let me see. Was that India? I just think, oh my God, it's so sick. I forget about all these categories, and then I read the news and I'm like, oh my God, no. But what I was trying to tell you guys, that obviously a lot of you probably know, I didn't think I was white because white people are just the norm. We're the given. We think everyone else is the other. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like, Dr. Cindy, that's because whiteness disappeared and became colorblindness. Yeah, and so we were all raised, here's the strangest thing. You're exactly right. My mom never talked about not being white or being white. Never, not one word. She also never said a racial slur in her life. Neither did my grandparents, my father, my mother, my sisters, but we didn't talk about it. So it was like it's really hard to explain, but help me out here, guys. Help me explain. Yeah, Anastasia, can we talk about the Nike played Black America and Decent People, that Colin Kaepernick, but all the while supporting Republicans? And yes. And Anastasia, I don't know a ton about that, but I read that and I was just like jaw dropping. It's like, there's this crazy phenomenon. I don't know if it's the fairness doctrine that went away, or people just got more sophisticated, or everyone's following how to use propaganda our nation is a propaganda machine. And Neil, you have something held for review. You're in trouble. The white people who follow Trump are afraid of the left because of brainwashing, the white people who follow Trump are afraid the left because of brainwashing, and afraid of people of color because of brainwashing. Oh, okay. I'm not 100% sure what you're saying, Neil, but I think you're saying, and tell me if I'm wrong, are you saying that they're not listening to anybody because they've been brainwashed, or they don't want to get brainwashed by others? I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, the people who follow Trump have stopped listening. They're done. Stevie, greetings. Thank you for being here. So happy to see you. Cindy, replaced with normal, neutral, and natural. Yes. Great point. And so people like me who maybe didn't have overtly racist parents, but I mean, it doesn't take much. I remember my parents were driving by. I lived in LA, and there's a bad neighborhood. Well, she didn't tell me what a bad neighborhood was. She didn't tell me about redlining. She didn't tell me about the cruel, just horrific, so it's pretty bad. Lakeisha, 3 white males, 21-year-olds killed 15 people yes, this week. Unbelievable. And I'm going to read some stuff on that. Mentoring 42 has sent us a fortune.com. Thank you. I can't open it up, but, and it's Indiana. Thank you. I appreciate that. So everyone can look at that. Antoine, these people don't take responsibility for their own actions. So how can you judge someone if you don't acknowledge your own faults? Absolutely. That is kind of, and tell me what you guys think, a key component to being a white person today. Just the average, and not everybody, but you know what I mean? The collective. So it doesn't really matter if people are doing the right thing. The collective, the key component is taking beyond no responsibility. Half of white adults in America today will not acknowledge that there's extreme systemic racism. So, I mean, It's disgusting. Talk about not take responsibility. Yeah, that makes it really easy when you won't even admit you did something. I mean, it's like the steps, to AA, to Alcoholics Anonymous has an amazing program. You gotta like first kind of fess up a little, and we're not. So, Anthony, American biz always plays both sides, so they always win. Like in Nike, I don't know a ton about the Nike thing, but I'm ashamed. I mean, it's like humiliating what they're doing. It's humiliating. Dr. Cynthia, individualism allows normal people to relish responsibility and accountability for collective racism. Exactly. Oh my God, you say it so well. Here's the thing. She's saying, and obviously jump in if I don't want to paraphrase wrong. It lets us off the hooks. We don't belong to that group. We don't, that's not, but see, here's the thing. We do. We belong to it. I'm sorry, because the thing is, we benefit from it. So you might not say you belong to it, but you belong to it because we benefit from it. So if you're white, you are, and no, it's not your fault you were born into it, but you are benefiting. So you are literally taking advantage if you are not doing something to dismantle the system. I hope I'm explaining that okay, Dr. Cindy. Anastasia, I didn't know I was Black, and most Black kids don't until they meet their first racist. Wow. Thank you for that. That's, yeah, it's, yeah. Wow. Thank you for telling me that. Mentoring 42, the U.S. Senate just quietly passed an anti-BDS bill. Can you tell me more about it? Because there's so much going on right now. And for all I know, I have that in my notes, but I don't have the acronym. I don't have the initials for it. Definitely like take your time and tell us so that I can read it out to everybody and we can talk about it. Neil, what I meant is they're brainwashed to believe his lies. Thanks, Neil. Yep. It's terrifying. Location, passive behavior and enablers racist support other racist agenda. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think what you're saying, Lakeisha, and tell me, like, I keep telling the white folks that I work with that doing nothing condones. You're upholding and supporting the system. And I'm sorry, it sounds harsh, but this is a system that was built for white supremacy. It was built for that. It was created, our Constitution, everything. So doing nothing is saying, yeah, I'm okay with it. And that's why I am absolutely okay with saying that if you support Trump, you are, by definition, if you're a white person, you are a racist. And people are like, oh my God, they get so upset. And, it's because racism is a terrible, terrible word to most white people. It's worse than like saying F you or something. And it's something we don't want to talk about. We don't want to face. And the hardest part is we're never going to learn unless we get a little brave and just suck it up and face the truth. So that's just my opinion. Mentoring 42, you've given us a YouTube. Thank you. Robert, hello. Why is it when a white boy kills people, say in a church, we need help and not jail? But when a black person kills anyone, he's a thug, he's an animal, put him in jail. Yep. It's disgusting. And that's something that went on I have some notes on the first month of January. Like 30-something people were killed. There were 30-something mass killings, mass shootings. And I'll get into that in just a second. Daryl, thank you for being here. I'm so psyched you're here. Robert, systemic racism. It's built into everything we do. Everything. I know that was a rhetorical question because we all know it's because we live in a world of white supremacy. It's disgusting. Dr. Cynthia, one of the major reasons that white people will not admit to systemic racism is because it would shatter the ideology of superiority, even on a conscious level. Interesting. Thank you for that. But it's so, I don't want to, just get into it too much, but they know they're lying to themselves. Like, I don't get it. Like, how can you feel good? I'm superior, but like, okay, I really know I'm not, but it's such bullshit. I don't get it. I don't know, but yeah, thank you so much for your expertise. Anthony, doesn't all the denial cause some problems with the truth of reality? Closing your eyes does not make it go away. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, when I'm working with some of the white folks that I do, the first thing I do, and they probably hate me for it, but I'm just saying it like I think the best way for them is to drop their freaking ego at the door. Literally. It's not about you. It's not personal. It's not about you. It's about a system that you were born into that by doing nothing, you uphold. So absolutely, because they won't even listen. Unconscious. I'll go back to, even on an unconscious level. Thank you. Yeah. Or right, both, but yeah. Okay. But Anthony, absolutely. It's complicated. I mean, it's kind of like simple, but kind of complicated. Mentoring 42. The BDS bill is to stop people from protesting against. Oh, yes, that's right. If you protest, you will be arrested, fined, and depending on what else they can push on you, you can face jail time. That is something that I'm going to need to really look into. It sounds incredibly un-American, like incredibly un-American. I don't understand the relationship we have with Israel. I mean, I do, but I don't quite get it. It's a very strange thing. But thank you for clarifying that. Lakeisha, you got a message held. It's kind of an honor in a way, Lakeisha. And if you're Black supporting Trump, I can't say that. Because you said that word. And a traitor to your Black race who endured 465 years of, and I can't speak to that, as you know, but it's just incredibly sad. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's why you got in trouble. Dr. Cindy, a great book written by a white woman for white people is called White Fragility. Yes. Yep. And I think almost on the last two shows, Cindy, we've talked about that. Somebody's brought that up. Mentoring 42. Thank you very much for, I can't wait to look at the YouTube stuff you're putting. Anthony, we have the right to dissent. Never let them take that away. Absolutely. That's terrifying. I mean, that is terrifying. Anastasia, my kids didn't know they were Black until we were on the bus and a little girl told them they couldn't come to her birthday party because we were brown. That was in kindergarten. Oh my God. Yeah. Sick boy, hello. I'm scared. Yeah. This is really scary. This is all really scary. I'm a white lady and I'm scared. I can't imagine how everyone else is. We just got to stick together. And all I want to do is educate, because I've seen it work. It doesn't work miracles, but it does something. Yes, Mentoring 42. Starbucks billionaire claims Medicaid for all is un-American. Yeah. It's a really easy thing for a wealthy person to say it. That's disgusting. Yep. Yeah. Is that the guy who's running for maybe was thinking of running for president? It's nice so that he can be independent and basically destroy our chances of getting you-know-who out. Anastasia. They learned further in the first grade when a child named Juan spit in their face and called them the N-word on the bus. Oh my God, I am so sorry. That is so sick. I've been to their school every year so far because of racist attacks, and they're only 11. God, that is, I've been to the superintendent of our district, who supposedly doesn't give meetings, and the principal of our school, and it's disgusting. Yeah, no, racism is alive and thriving in America. I am so sorry. Cindy, Black people who support Trump are suffering from the same problem of conditioning as white people. Some people are just not strong enough to resist the notion that white anything is superior. It's like, Dr. Cindy, that kind of makes sense because we're getting bombarded with white is right, subliminally on a lot of fronts, and not so subliminally on a lot that we don't even notice. I mean, for God's sakes, I walk into a store and they have the products for non-white people for their, hair and whatnot in a completely separate section. What the hell is that saying? Bandages are like pink? What is that saying? It's pathetic. But let me see here. Robert, why is it hate speech when Black people speak the truth of the Bible? Even simple logic tells you that Black people are the first people. We know brown-eyed skin, black hair, etc. are the dominant gene. Right, and the Human Genome Study has absolutely proven that to the best of our scientific knowledge. And my favorite thing, and you're going to think I'm a sicko, is to tell KKK people that they should get their genetics testing done, and then, I won't say it, but yeah, okay. Now, I have a, I can think evil things, but yeah, it's Black was first. White supposedly a mutation for survival. Absolutely, Robert. It's because it's like being ahistoric. They don't want to be scientific. They don't want to know the truth because they don't want the truth. Daryl. Uh-oh, Daryl, you got tagged by YouTube. Now I got to see what you wrote. Thank you, 45. You have done it. You have made America hate again. Also show us your fucking tax returns. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't say that, but I'm saying it. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Mentoring 42. Thanks, Leslie. You are naughty, but you are right. Howard Schultz, former Starbucks CEO, is running for president. Yeah, and I heard he's running independent Republican or independent, so that he's going to screw us up. Him and everybody. Anthony, let me see. Anthony, she should sue everybody and protect her kids with a great financial future. Are you referring to Anastasia and how her kids are being treated, or I'm going to assume mentoring 42 will show your message because you sent to YouTube. Cynthia, the indoctrination is generalization, and in the age of individual racism is difficult to change thinking. Education is the key. Thank you. And the only reason I know that is because a long time ago, I got this crazy idea when it's about it was a lot of years ago, that here's the thing. You would never, ever not stand up for your friend, no matter what shade they were. If someone was messing with them, and if 75% of white folks don't have a single close friend who's not white, we need to make some friends. I mean, so I started a group that isn't for white people or for Black people or for African American people, anything like that. It's for every single solitary person from every single area. It has people who are disabled, people who are rich, people who are poor, people who are Black, people who are Quaker, people who are Christian, Jewish. I even have Palestinians and Israelis on there. And every last one of us are getting to know each other as humans. So I met my first Muslim person. I had never talked to a Muslim person many years ago, but when we're friends, we care, we get it. But when we're separated and segregated, we get all the lies. That's just my take. Sorry, I kind of went on a rampage there. Where am I? Anthony, the kids on the bus being bullied. Yeah, that just, I mean, I observe and watch over and sometimes take part in a special group that helps. It's a very, very incredible woman named Regina. And she has just been a godsend to me. And she helps right some wrongs that have been done that might not be illegal, but are horrifically evil and cruel. And she does things like that. And she has a committee. And the thing I love about Regina is she's not like one of those, she's a woman of color, but I mean, she's not like one of those white people who are fake liberals who want to go, well, you blinked twice. And she actually looks into the cases and makes sure that she's spot on, knows what's happening. She gives people a chance to learn. And when they won't, she and her organization do something about it. And I've never seen a more upstanding person in my entire life. And I love what she does. And she does stuff like what we're talking about with the bus bullying, and she's amazing. But anyway, let me just stop ranting so I can read everybody. Anton, Kim, do you believe the agenda is formulated by the elites, or do you think all the negativity is all by accident or chance with development of technology being? Oh, no. I believe in Michelle Alexander's. Yeah. No, it's the elites. Absolutely. 100%. It's absolutely the elites. The wealthiest people make money off of keeping racism alive, and it's disgusting. Elites. I did one of my first videos on that. Yeah. No, yep. Their biggest fear, if you've watched any of the other live shows, biggest fear is that we realize what they're doing, and the white folks go, gee, I've been fooled. I'm a fool. Not anymore. And they educate themselves, and they unite with people in historically marginalized groups. And we say, no more. We're done. We're done with this bullshit. I mean, the middle class is dwindling. And in 20 years, it's dwindling. So yeah, no. Yes. Okay. Sorry. You know I have opinions. Cynthia, I have so much to discuss about color and racism. People who think racism us only about color are being misled. Color is a tool, but not the sole determinant of racism. The change in the, wait a second. I have to go, wait a second. I can do this. The change in the dynamic and definition of racism changes after the 2010 census by the Office of Management and Budget. Interesting. See, I have to get you on here so you can teach us and let people talk about it once you've taught us. So you have to come on here. Let me just back up. Thank you for that. Anastasia, it's very ironic how our society loves the underdog, like in Star Wars and Independence Day, but we forget we aren't Luke, and we are Darth Vader and the Stormtroopers. We are God, that is a great analogy, because we want to be the good guys, and it's ego. Is it ego? Is this our ego? That we just have such a cute, tender, little sensitive ego that we can't just, like, everyone is constantly saying how guilty I feel. The people who are kind of like in the hate groups, they're always bashing on me like crazy. YouTube is really bad for that, saying you're just guilty. And I just, like I say every show, they're idiots. I'm sorry. And I don't mean that meanly. It's a fact. I'm not guilty. They're misreading my anger and why I speak out. I'm pissed. I'm not guilty. I'm pissed. It's disgusting. And they should be pissed too. And it's kind of sad because they're working against their own interest and they don't even know it. They've been fooled because they won't drop their ego. Or actually, Cindy, you can tell me the real reasons, but that's just my take. Let me see. Neil. What I would like to see is Black people to have the courage to fight the system the way a pregnant young Black lady, her name is Solitude, fought to abolish slavery in the French colony of Guadeloupe. Wow. Well, give us some information on that. Neil, I don't know about that, but I want to learn. Thank you. Rob, first, I've never seen a white or a Black person. I've never seen a white or a Black person. Black are different. I got to figure this out. Hang on one second. Different shades of brown and white are different shades of red. Put a white sheet on next to them and their blood shows through their skin. I think, and I don't want to talk for you, so tell me if I'm wrong. You're saying, for God's sakes, we're all human. I don't know. And if that's not what you're saying, then I'll say I said it. But yeah, it's people, it's like a disorder. Like the white folks don't want to know the truth, but then they know they're like believing lies. I don't get it. Anton, thanks. I was thinking the same thing. I gotta go down. Anastasia, these were in 2 different schools, one in Alaska and one in Hawaii, of all places. I'm just kind of shocked about the Hawaii, not shocked, but Hawaii is supposed to be like one of the, because I have a couple friends in Hawaii and they say it's actually fairly, but it's a big state. We were in the military and I ran the gamut, but with the military, we have liaisons, and I'm not a punk, but imagine, that just kills me. Because I'm a firm believer as a former special ed teacher and regular ed teacher that every single solitary school from pre-K to 12 should have continuous, not a seminar, not a week, not a month, not a day, a class every single day until they graduate and go into college or whatever on fighting back. And we could turn this nation, but it has to come from top down, and it'll never happen. It'll never happen until somebody gets in who gets this. I mean, really gets it. And they have a Congress that's going to let them do something. So, oh, Dr. Cindy, I meant the definition of race. No, it's okay. It's when people type kitchen politics 1, 2, 3. Yay. Sorry. It's okay. I'm very, very happy you're here. Something I wanted to go into really fast and blab while you guys, because I have so many topics that I want to ask you guys about. I wanted to go into this, and it is, let me just find my spot. So what the heck is going on with these people who are believing these lies and buying into them lie after lie? It's ridiculous. They won't listen to reason. They don't. It's insane in my mind. Dr. Cindy, the problem is that everyone in America is conflating the tool of color with the system of racism, which was designed for a specific group of people, newly freed slaves and their descendants. That is what you need to come on and talk about, that because it's complex. It's a little complex. Robert, white people's invention. Exactly. When white people first came to the USA, they were called British, Irish, right? White's an invention. It's an invention of white supremacy. Yep, abso-stinkin-lutely. Right. It's all made up for hate. It's kind of sick. So these Trump supporters, great comments, everybody. Thank you so much. They won't listen to reason, and it's so frustrating. So I decided to look into a little bit, and I graduated in the olden days in multicultural studies, which was like a new topic back then. I'm like so old, but it was a fairly new topic. And so I studied some of this stuff, but psychology has a lot to say about the way these people think. And I know when we get some experts on the show, they're going to explain it a lot better than me, but now you're stuck with me. So some of the things I've been reading, and it's just amateur stuff, but it's pretty logical. It's this stubborn ideology. And I've seen it over and over and over again. And it's a biased way of thinking. And a lot of times people refer to it as the Dunning-Kruger effect. And a lot of you guys probably already know what that is. And if you don't, you do, but you don't know, you know what it is. The Dunning-Kruger effect is when a person with very, very little knowledge on a topic grossly overestimates how well they know the subject. I mean, essentially, the Dunning-Kruger effect is, and you see it all the time, it speaks to the idea that people are not able to judge their own ability very well. They believe that their novice, uneducated opinion is equivalent to your educated, well-studied PhD or professional one. It's like, this happens with kids a lot, actually. And give me 1 second. I'm having a little bit of a technical issue, but it happens with kids. I lost my cursor. Now, let me see if I can get it back. Sorry about that. It is gone. All right, give me 1 second. Oh, got it. So what happens with kids? For example, like a parent will teach their kids something that they have wisdom, they've experienced, maybe they've been a professional in it, and they'll end up, their kid doesn't want to hear one word they say because they know best. And, that's kind of a common example, I guess. I got it. Thanks. Lost my cursor. But this kid will take something that based on history, research, experience, common sense, and they'll tell why their total inexperience, illogical, ahistorical, novice opinion is superior to yours. And furthermore, they'll fight you on it. They'll fight you on it. So let me take some, Dr. Cindy, the difference between race and ethnicity. Race refers to the person's physical characteristics such as bone structure, skin color, hair texture, and eyes. Okay, and that's from Kitchen Politics. Anastasia. Nope, it's cowardice. Most people don't have the courage to stand alone. Most people aren't ready to be uncomfortable or sacrificed. Most people don't want to see the ugly or start to question their place. Anastasia, are you talking about like white people who just won't like join reality? Is that what you mean, kind of? They won't. It's, yeah. And I'm not making, don't get me wrong. When I explain psychologically, I'm not making excuses for people. That's ridiculous. I'm just trying to, my goal is to try to get what they're doing. So somehow in my little white privileged arrogance, I think, well, if I get what they're doing, I can help undo what's going on. But yeah, no, there's no excuses. And no, I don't care what phenomenon you call it. If you're a racist jackass, that's on them. Dr. Cindy, because, whoa, just lost you there. Hang on one second. Back. Because of the various ethnicities and nationalities of non-white people who are demanding their own stake in America, the definition of Black and African American was expanded to include, I'm going to look for yours, to include nationalities and ethnicities outside of the people for whom the system was initially designed. These people of color, which is just the addition of the preposition of from the 6, from the, okay. So yeah, we got to get you on here. We need you. I need you. But yeah, okay. And I'll catch back up. Let me see. Kitchen Politics. However, ethnicity refers to nationality, religion, culture, ancestry, and language. One can have more than one ethnicity, but you are said to have one race, even if it's mixed race. Yeah, well, it gets complicated and yeah, mentoring. This country's oligarch control and racism has extended to Venezuela. Bolton, Pence, Trump, GOPs, and even the Dems want Venezuela's oil because President Maduro refuses Americans to take control. Yeah, we are encouraging and spreading our hatred, and sadly, people look to us, and it's all a facade. Anastasia, in the world, or question everything they've done. It's like the Matrix. Remember, some people weren't ready to be woken up and couldn't be because they'd lose it, or they are too dangerous to be woken up. That's a really interesting take. I like your analogy with that, because I know for me, when I'm working with the people in the groups, if you jump steps, if you tell them, oh my gosh, if you tell them some of the things that we talk about here, they freaking leave. They're like, oh my God, because it rocks their world. It's like saying you're an alien. They just look at you like you're insane. So when I do try to help educate the white folks who are very, very beginner, I start with race as a human construct, and I don't even go there. I go as money as a human construct. I say makeup as a I try to get the idea. It's the sensitivity is beyond like, oh my gosh. Well, I mean, if you're not white, but if you're a white person just learning, oh God, people lose their shit. It's crazy. If you jump steps, they can't handle it. It's like, it's a lifelong continuum. It just is for white folks. We'll never get there. But as long as we keep trying, that's probably the best we can do. Thank you, Anastasia, for that. You have excellent points. Cindy, nationalities and ethnicities outside of the people for whom, oops, did I already read that? Thank you, sorry. That was the next, sorry. Okay, kitchen politics. Oops, I skipped something. Okay, mentoring 42. Yours is hidden, but I am going to put it in. There we go. Kitchen politics. Let me get back. Oh my gosh, I lost you guys. Sorry. Example. I'm Black, but half Jewish through my mother's side. Hence, my ethnicity is Jamaican, saying J-E-W, Jamaican American, but I consider myself a Black man. Right. And I actually got yelled at the other day by, I got yelled at on, online. Somebody said they are Black women to me because I said they were beautiful women of color, because the article I was commenting on said dark-skinned women, and they showed like 5 or 6 dark-skinned women, and I didn't want to assume that they were Black, African-American, Indigenous, so I just kind of made like this generic. And it was kind of funny because nowhere in it said that they were Black, but he was really mad, and I get it. I get what he was saying. I don't know if he was right, but sometimes, not just me, we can't win because unless we shut up. So, and I won't shut up. And I don't have anything to do with teaching Black people, people of color, African-American people. I have nothing to teach them. They teach me. I do have something to teach white people. I do not leave my lane and think that because I've opened a book, I know more than a person who's living it right now. That's arrogant and disgusting. But I will try to set an example for other white people. And when I see a beautiful woman who is a woman of color, I don't have like this ego thing where I feel like, oh, I'm prettier than her. I think she's beautiful. I think people are beautiful if they're beautiful, and inside and out. And so I do comment, and I got in trouble for making a comment that I thought somebody was pretty, but I can handle it. But anyway, yeah, it's hard. Kitchen politics. I'm telling you, everybody. Oh, I've been told, don't you dare call me Black. You can't. I mean, I don't know what to do sometimes. But the best thing for white folks to do is just don't take it so personally. Just like, if you knew what people go through in this country, you wouldn't blame them for being like a little jumpy about it. Just it's not about us. Okay, now I will shut up. Thank you for that. People are mixed. People, I mean, I don't know. Dr. Cindy, let me see. In the 50s, are all considered people from the 50s are all considered Black now in America. Is that what you're saying? I'm not 100% sure. I want to make sure I'm correct. Yeah, it's kind of the whole thing. That's why I always just list, because I don't know what to say. Kitchen politics. Yep, we will not allow anyone to conquer and divide us. Cindy's not typing fast enough. I know. And I'm blabbing away. No worries. Just I'll ask questions and stuff. Neil, I just appreciate you guys so much for being here. Neil, solitude had a victory. I was short term of 8 years until, you see, solitude had a victory. I was short term of 8 years until Napoleon restored slavery by sending troops to re-enslave the freed Black people. She was killed. The baby was property of the French. Maybe explain that a little bit more, because I think you're trying to explain what I asked you and like the story and everything, but not 100% sure what you were saying, but I want to know. Let me just slowly scroll. Quentin, hello. People are scared of the truth. It's true. And I don't know what makes somebody like cross the barrier to, I don't know. I mean, I have some guesses, and part of it is a lot of how you're raised. If you were raised to question and wonder and analyze and figure it out, think for yourself, I think that gives you a good head start, I guess. Dr. Cindy, I wrote an essay on this. Awesome. So I'm assuming the next thing is you tell. Awesome. I will absolutely read it. Okay, Robert, have you ever asked yourself why Black people's names have been changed so many times from Negro, color, Black, African-American, Afro-American. Yeah. Why hide who they really are? God's chosen people, the Israelites. Yeah, I know that is a very studied topic, but I don't personally know. But yeah, it's a great topic to discuss. I don't know a lot about that, but I bet I know people who do. Let me just see. Dr. Cindy, this essay is called Black Ethnicity and Lineage in America. Whoa, it's scrolling. Let me go back to you. Where are the roots of Blackness in America in the 21st century? Thank you. I can't wait to read it. Dr. Cindy, there was a continuation of the previous, that was a continuation of the previous post where I typed the number 6 by mistake. Oh, no problem at all. I know, I wish that's why we need you on here. But yeah, no, it's okay. I'm doing the best I can, and everyone else is too. Let me see. Gotcha. Kitchen politics. I will look it up and read it. I look forward to it, Dr. Cindy. Yes, she's amazing. And a very, I'm sorry, I'm like bragging for you here, and a really good writer too. Mentoring 42 has sent us an article that we can open up after. So Neil, retracted. Kitchen politics. Do you think America owes African Americans repatriation? 4 acres and a mule, as Lincoln wrote in the Emancipation Proclamation. Best way to pay it is through social programs and kill systemic racism. I think your ideas are great. What do you guys think? I mean, I don't like the idea that every group has been given reparations and, people whose ancestors were enslaved and brutally tortured, and don't get me into it, aren't. We are truly a nation of white supremacy. It's unbelievable. But I don't really speak to the idea as a white woman about reparations. It's not my place. But I have ideas. But part of the problem is reparations is lovely, but unless you make the social programs free and ongoing, systemic racism is still going to be there. So we need both. We need everything. But I mean, that's just my take. But it's not really my place to say. But I say yes. So, Dr. Cindy, Black people do not define race. White people do. They create the construct and change and revise it. Thank you. So that's the answer to why it changes. And I have a lot of questions about that. Lakeisha, yes, I want reparations. Yep. But, and also I'm just so afraid that because the systems are still there, we have to get rid of the systems too. That's my concern. Quentin, true. We so-called Blacks in America are Israelites. Yes. And I try to help educate. I'm learning about that myself, and I'm trying to help educate people. Some people don't. Some people who are Black, African-American, people of color do not like that. So you can't really win until everyone agrees. And there's no monolith of people. Everyone's going to have an opinion, which is the way it is. Lori, hello. I personally believe there are more hate crimes because of who we have in the White House right now. Absolutely, Lori. Absolutely. What he's done is, the haters are there and everything, but what he's done is he's unleashed their, he's motivated them, motivated their sickness. He's confirmed what they have always believed. I think a lot of people have been waiting for this since the Civil War. They've been waiting. And the minute they saw he was racist, it didn't matter what else he did. He had him at racist. That was it. He could have done anything. He's right. He could have killed someone in New York City, and they'd still vote for him. Totally. Let me see here. Kitchen politics. Agreed, Dr. Cynthia. Kitchen politics 1, 2, 3. Welcome, Lori Picarella, the better half of. Oh, Lori, you're that Lori. Hi. Thank you so much for being here. I know of you, but I didn't know you. Yay, I'm psyched you're here. Joey. Do you believe in the afterlife? I'm sure that question's for everybody. You guys answer. Tell Joey if you believe in the afterlife. Okay, Neil. Solitude was, whoa, it keeps scrolling, sorry. Solitude was a pregnant freedom fighter that fought the French government, who died fighting to keep the black slaves free. She was killed, but her child survived, who became a slave under the French. Ooh. Wow, that sounds like incredibly sad. Lori, yes, Trump let the dogs out, so to speak. Oh yeah, it's pretty much terrifying. Yep, thank you. I'm really psyched you're here, Lori. Kitchen politics, reincarnation, yes. Afterlife, I never really thought about it. Oh yeah, I think reincarnation. I don't know. Tell us, what do you mean? Do you mean reincarnation? Like afterlife sounded kind of Egyptian in a way, so I wasn't sure. I'm not sure, but maybe that's what he means. Tell us. Dr. Cindy. Therefore, names change to suit the revisions. This latest one, people of color, is because white people, they're grouping and collectivizing by their tool color. So that individuals, hold it right there, can stake individual claims. Okay. And the essay discusses that. You guys, we got to read this essay. I'm psyched. Thank you. Okay. Robert, why Black history in America only goes back to the 16th and 17th century, like before we didn't exist, hidden history. If you're in school, I didn't even get taught any Black history. I mean, real Black history. Like, I was led to believe, and I swear to God, I'm not getting this from just anywhere. I was really shy, so it's not like people had influence on me. I read my books, and they made me believe that Africa and nations over there and all that were just uncivilized. And then I learned the truth, and I was like, my God, I was enraged. Thank God I learned it really young, but my books didn't teach me anything. It's, you know what? Like I said in the last show, and like, I didn't make this up. I'm telling you guys, knowledge is power, and the white supremacists who run this place and who keep it going, they know this. Ask Trump. He'll tell you all about it. He gets it. It's disgusting. Great comment, Robert. Thank you. Anastasia, you know, I canceled some people onto Facebook because they are saying Jesse Smollett did a Susan Smith. Why are we furthering the gay agenda? And these are Black people. I told all of them, you know, good. Personally, thank you for saying that. I don't follow pop culture, but I think I know what you're saying. And personally, I am extremely into inclusivity and intersectionality, and people who say they're for equal rights and they don't include LGBTQ people in those equal rights. This is my opinion. They're not for equal rights. Therefore, they're equal rights. And that isn't nice. And so in some of the groups I run, I'm a mean ogre. But because there are so many people from so many, I mean, we have disabled people, Quakers, Christians. I was telling people earlier, Black people, African American people, Israeli people who live in Israel, Palestinian people. We have everything. So we do not put up with. If you're gonna get there and come and be friends with everybody and make your first Muslim friend, make your first actual real life Black person friend, and you are going to be respectful. And we have people who are transgender there. We have people who are gay. We have people who are bisexual. We have people who are asexual. And we also have people who, you name it, you queer, we have everything. Straight people. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is, I personally truly believe, that unless you are intersectional and truly united, you're just talking about your special group, and so you're talking about yourself. So don't say you really believe in. And this is my take. But anyway, I will shut up and read. Let me see. Yeah, Anastasia, what I was saying, that makes me really glad to hear. I've had people, okay, one more story. I went on, one of my sites is called Angry Soccer Mom, and it's a big site. It kind of went nuts. It was just going to be a platform so that I didn't have to use my personal platform for videos that I was making. And it turned out that it's kind of an everything now. And somebody chose to comment extremely hurtfully about an article on a transgender man who was a Black man who was in need of support and being abused. And it was a beautiful story. And he said, he's not one of us. And I was like, and my thing is this, I don't speak to Black people. I don't teach them. That's not my place. And so I was like, wow, because it's an open group. People can say whatever they want. And I don't monitor it like my other groups are highly monitored because of the sensitivity of everything. This group is an open group. And 5 people pounced him. And it turned out to be okay, don't hate me, a beautiful moment, because he actually wrote me and apologized. And I was like, don't apologize to me. I just want you to know, like, I'm all about inclusive. It was like an amazing experience, but it's really hard. And I don't think everyone has to think what I think, but anyway, let me shut up for a minute. Kitchen politics. Haiti is a great example of American hate. Haiti was the first Black nation to gain independence in 1801. France resented it. France and America are friends. Hence, Haiti is what it is today, a failed state. Yeah, it's Lori. Can I change subject for a moment? I truly do not want anyone to run third party. Yes. What are your thoughts? This country is being run by angry white men. Side comment. Yes, Lori. Yes. And yes, we can change subjects. Absolutely. I'm just going to scroll. Yeah. What do you guys think? I'm terrified of the third party thing. The Starbucks dude. I mean, right now I feel like everyone in their dog spot is running, but tell me what you guys think. We'll come back to that because people are going to, hopefully comment. And there's a little bit of a lag in the comments right now because I have to get in there and stop yakking and actually start reading. But absolutely, that's personally, I'm terrified of that. I mean, I know a couple of my very close friends who are not white are, to this minute, they are pissed as hell about the third party and people, doing this. I just couldn't vote for anybody. It's like, no, you voted then. You voted. They were not the same. I know they were not, I'm sorry. They might be the same now. They might, at the time, I'm telling you, this is what I say. What did people think she was going to do? Think about what Trump's doing now. My God, exactly what did they think she was going to do? How could it have been any worse than all these horrific, sick things? Okay, I'm blabbing again. So yes, Laura, you can change the subject and I will just rant. Anastasia, white people are saying the same thing about women and people of color. We've been lying about racism and women lie about sexual assault. No, we haven't. And it's just, no one cares. Yeah. Oh my God. Anastasia, I wrote this huge article until I got fired from that, but because my husband got sick, but it's a long story. Okay, I was writing this article for this guy, and I said, "Excuse me, they're telling the truth. Welcome to reality." I was a bitch. I mean, not to be rude, but I was nasty. I was really nasty, and I don't even like to use that word. Sorry, but yeah, no, it's Black people aren't lying. That's what I was saying at the beginning. We don't have a Black problem in America. We have a white problem. And I'm not hating on whites. I'm just speaking the facts. I mean, if somebody knows history, then they know it. It's the facts. Let me see. To find my spot. Oh, okay. Found my spot. Kitchen politics. John Boehner says he knows personally KKK members who are elected to Congress. He should name names. That's part of the damn problem. absolutely. Oh my gosh, kitchen politics. Because we're close friends. I wrote a letter when I was. It was a very telling letter because I basically like told like secrets of my childhood. Wrote it a couple of years ago to Republicans, asking why they have to stand there and do nothing as they watch this man do horrible things. What will be enough? What will be when they say enough? I am ashamed of those people, ashamed of them. And absolutely, that like we always say, the KKK, I think Trump's the de facto, world leader of the modern KKK. He can say he's not. He can say a lot of things. But yeah, no, I have no doubt, absolutely no doubt. I got my hopes up when Anonymous was going to kind of like out all these people, and it just kind of, I don't know what happened. If you guys know, tell me. Daryl, we all love what you are doing. Keep it. Oh, you are such a sweetheart. I cannot thank you enough. Leslie, thank you. You're awesome. Such a support. Joey the Gimp. Joey, you're not going to be funny. Okay, a little funny. It's funny how white supremacists say blacks are the most homophobic people on the planet. Oh, do they say that? That's fun. That's kind of funny. White supremacists say blacks are the most homophobic. It's like, it is kind of funny actually, because it's like, excuse me, like, have you looked in the mirror lately? It's interesting. Yeah. I don't even go there, but yeah, good one. You are funny, Joey the Gimmick. You are funny. Kitchen politics. I wish Michelle Obama would jump into the race and run for U.S. Senator, governor somewhere. Cut her teeth and gain experience. Michelle Obama, 2024. Sounds great to me. It's cute. Yeah, I think it's amazing. It's amazing how many people are realizing like they need to start like taking an active role. Neil, has anyone noticed how many women are going to run against Trump in 2020? I believe there will be more Black women who run against him as we get closer to 2020. I hope so. I hope so. I hope. You know what I hope. Great comments. I lost my place. Robert, this country called America is the most godless nation on the planet. They say they love God, but don't follow one of God's laws, statutes, and commandments. Robert, you get the comment of the night. We are living a lie. We live a lie. It's unbelievable. White folks live a lie. And whether it's subconscious or not, I mean, like Jane Elliott says, raise your hand if you'd like to be treated the way we treat Black people in America today. And she tells her audience, okay, hello, maybe you didn't hear me. Raise your hand. And then she says, don't tell me you don't know. That's bullshit. You do know, because I don't see any hands. It's like, it's crazy. So yeah. Robert, your comments make me go nuts. It's a good thing though. Okay. Cindy, exactly the point of Haiti's plight. Independence, you say. Okay. This is from Dr. Cindy. And they have kept them impoverished ever since. There are lessons for others. They are lessons for others who dare. I agree with AOC too. Okay, I was looking for the, okay, thank you. Kitchen politics. Former CEO of Starbucks is Howard Schultz. Representative Cortez called him out recently. Why people give her shit with no experience, but because he is a billionaire, he is qualified. I agree with AOC. Yeah. Kitchen politics. I think that woman rocks. She's amazing. I think she's total kick-ass. I'm thrilled she got in, and I hope she keeps it up and can stay strong, because the stuff they're doing to her is ludicrous. But you know what? I expect nothing less from the wealthy, white, older, privileged men who are running. They do not want their They don't want her to, mess up the way things are going. Let me see. Mr. or Mrs. F. Black, which I still don't know. Even in the parts of the world that aren't heavily inhabited by whites, keepers of white supremacy have implemented colorism and bigotry to keep people divided. Just look at the history of Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Yeah, and also, fantastic point. Think about all the stuff that it's a gazillion-dollar industry, this whitening cream, and it makes me sick. I work for a company in China, and I hear about it all the time. It's unbelievable. People want to whiten themselves. Oh my God. But yeah, you're right. Lori, love her. Jane Elliott, is that who you were thinking of? Maybe Dr. Cindy. I saw a post which said, make America nice again. I say, make America nice for once. Absolutely. I mean, and I understand what the person's trying to say, but they're being ahistorical. When has it been nice? Oh, it's been nice for white folks because yeah, I get it. That's Mr. Oh, thank you, Mr. SF Black. Thank you. Okay, I appreciate it. Kitchen politics. 20 Democrats, Sherrod Brown, Mitch. Okay, I'm not reading all those because I'm terrible, even though I'm a phonics specialist, supposedly. A lot of people are running. Yeah, it's crazy. Did I forget anybody? It will be crowded. There should be debate. There should be more debates if and when all these people enter the primaries. Joey the Gimmick, you are funny. Joey the Gimmick has a slogan. I got a slogan. Make racists afraid again. Right there with you. They need to stop. And you know what? We can't make their hearts and their minds and their souls change, but we can shut them up. And that we can do. Because, I mean, we can't stop them from thinking what they think, but they can be quiet in public about it and stop hurting people. That's all the best we can do in education. So I am going to, oh my gosh, I have so many topics I want to talk to you guys about. So I'm going to just I'm actually going to skip some of this stuff. I will just quickly go over because I want to talk to you about. So basically, all I was saying was that the Dunning-Kruger it's a way to think about why these people do this. But here's the thing: people have taken it way just still going, and that's because of this crazy concept called the backfire effect, and it is unbelievable. And what that is, and it's not an excuse. Again, it's not an excuse. These people, they have no excuse. They need to take personal responsibility for their horrific way of thinking, their behavior, and their inability and absolute disinterest in learning the truth. But the backfire effect kind of pushes the Kruger-Dunning effect over the edge. And what that is it's basically the idea that people have a tendency to resist accepting evidence that conflicts with their original thing they think. So if you teach your kid that a dog is a cat, and they really teach them that at a young age, they're going to really believe that. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so the scariest part of the backfire effect is that the harder the people are told, or the more they're told about real facts contrary to what they think, the more they cling on to the fake information. Where have we seen that? So yeah, back to our original question. What's going on with Trump supporters that makes them so blindly devoted to someone who is clearly lying, is cruel, and an inhumane person? This is part of it. I mean, this is definitely... Shan's here. Hello. Let me just scroll up because I blabbed again. Oh, I got to the slogan. And Mr. SF Black, you got in trouble with YouTube, but I'm putting it back on. Kamala Harris is a candidate that I refuse to support as both a Black man and a Bay Area resident who has seen her treatment of Black people. Yeah, I've heard that a bunch. I've already heard that a bunch. So interesting. Thank you for that. I've read that. Kitchen politics. AOC will make a great House Speaker one day. Better yet, a great POTUS. She has the fire in the belly and open-mindedness who is not beholden to Wall Street. I love her dearly. Sweet. Dr. Cindy, I have to go now. May I give you my website and YouTube channel? Heck yes. Thank you so much, Dr. Cindy. I am very appreciative that you're here, and you're amazing. And yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope you keep feeling better, because I know you've been sick, but I'm thrilled you're here. Yes, please, Dr. Cynthia, Kitchen Politics. Let me see. Kitchen Politics. Kamala Harris is half Black. Her dad is Jamaican. How does she treat Black people badly? Is that a question, Kitchen Politics? Or I think that's a question. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Cindy. Love having you. I love having everybody. It's awesome. So oh, Shan, there you are. I'm driving but plugged in, just listening. Thank you so much. I'm totally thrilled that you're here. Don't crash. Yay, Shan. Let me see. Oh, it was a question. Yeah. If somebody could answer that, that would be great. I read about it, but I don't know the details. But I bet we know somebody here who could. So go ahead and answer. I was going to just keep talking and don't. So Trump influences people by taking advantage of these less educated folks who are racist, and they're maybe not as sophisticated at science or technology or critical thinking. And I'm just talking in general. Obviously, there are some brilliant people who still follow him, and I don't get it. But don't pounce on me for saying this. But sometimes people who believe in extreme religion are often criticized. I mean, extreme religion, like, some of the people who really, really like Trump are criticized for this very thing. Thank you, Cindy, for putting your stuff up. Super. And they're criticized because following this religion blinds them to critical thinking skills. And I'm not saying religion always does that, but if you think about it, first we're asked to believe in things that we have never seen and that are kind of magical. And then we're asked to believe in it to the point where we follow a book that tells us what to do. So, I mean, there's a lot to be said about critical thinking. I have a friend who's very much actually atheist and agnostic, and he's a Black man, and he's very well read, and he has a lot of problems with religion. I did an interview with him. But yay. I'm looking at all the comments. Everyone loves you, Cindy. And Robert, you posted up everyone's posting great stuff. I really appreciate it. Okay, thank you, Mr. SF Black. Kamala Harris is essentially what we in the Black community call an Uncle Tom. Thank you for the education. Yeah, that's kind of what I had heard, and some other stuff. Really unfortunate. So Trump knows his constituents. He understands. I mean, I'd like to scream like the man's a freaking moron. He's more like an evil genius, because he really does get one thing. He absolutely gets how people who aren't into science and aren't into the truth, how they think. He gets the Dunning-Kruger effect. He gets the backfire effect. He gets it. That is why he tweeted this week about, he shows us every day that he gets it, about the beautiful Midwest. What did he put? Wind chill temperatures are reaching minus 60 degrees, the coldest ever recorded. In coming days, expect to get even colder. People can't last outside even for minutes. What the hell is going on with global warming? Please come back fast. We need you. That was absolute. This was not an accident. Here's my point. This was no accident. Trump is helping with the confirmation bias, the Dunning-Kruger effect, and the backfire effect. He's playing with supporters who simply do not comprehend the difference between climate and weather, climate and the daily weather. And it's pathetic, but he's doing it, and he's tweeting these things out, and he's literally trying to gain their approval, and he's doing it. So we have to somehow unite through education. I think it's the only way. White Americans need to learn our real history and face it. And it's not going to come from top down. It's just not. Our federal government, they're in on it. I'm sorry. Not all of them, but they're in on it. They're not going to educate us to treat our brothers and sisters of color, Black and Indigenous and Brown, they're not going to teach us the truth about what they do. The white elites who run this nation will not stand for it. So it's going to have to be bottom up, grassroots. So this week in the news, oh my gosh, we had the temporary shutdown. I'm just going to list off really quickly some of the things we can talk about if people can stay longer. We had the temporary shutdown with a possible reopening that lingers with threats of this unfunded wall. He says he will either shut down the government again or use his executive power to demand money through a state of emergency. And tomorrow I'm going to spend the day making a little video on trying to explain what an emergency is to, I'm just kidding, but clearly he does not get it. But this week, it seemed like a slow week in terms of Trump, but it really wasn't. I don't know if you guys heard this, and I want to know what you think. 4 Black girls were strip searched in Binghamton, New York. It was disgusting. 5 mass shootings in 5 days. Roger Stone indictment. Let me see. Well, we talked about the Republicans, a Republican-leaning CEO who's wealthy, independent, gazillionaire, who wants to run so he can split us all up and let Trump win again. Sorry, a little commentary. GOP kills a bill that would extend Agent Orange benefits to U.S. Navy Vietnam vets. I thought they loved their vets. I don't get it. Questioning if Mueller's team is getting closer to Trump. And the best part of the week for me is to hear about evil Trump's New York golf clubs firing illegal workers with a shutdown, and New Jersey golf course Trump owned, not only firing them, but actually they've been accused of giving them Social Security and green cards themselves. So this is like, there's so much going on. These things are flying under the radar. So let me shut the hell up and see here. Let me see. I am backing up. Mr. SF Black. So many Black people have been incarcerated under Kamala Harris's tenure as California Attorney General. She's defended the 3 strikes law, for which we are arrested 12 times more than anyone. Yeah, the 3 strikes. I'm from California, by the way. 3 strikes law was detrimental to Black folks. It's the sickest thing. It's the most, I don't even want to get into it, but yep. And she upheld these things, and 3 strikes was, people need to just think. People just need to think. We love to vilify in America. We just love to vilify. And I'll tell you, it works. And yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mr. SF Black. I appreciate your knowledge. Thanks. Kitchen Politics, you are sharing something. How come every time someone shares something from the internet, it gets tagged on? YouTube has this system. They're trying to be really harsh on us. Mr. SF Black. Harris also is against police wearing body cameras, so they can't harass. What? They can harass us without consequences. Oh my God. Are you serious? That's friggin' obnoxious. That's, God. I don't get that. That's, wow. Wow. That's all I can say. Kitchen Politics. Okay. Let me see. That's unstinking believable. The cameras are a lifeline against racism, systemic racism. Cameras are... Dwayne's here. Hello. Thank you for being here. Thanks. You're right on time. No problem. Let me just... Kitchen Politics. You got in trouble. You got tagged by... But I put you through. Trump will not get that $5 billion for the racist wall. Hashtag, yeah. Okay, the shutdown costs taxpayers $6 billion, which is more than he wants for the damn wall. He's fucking crazy. He's insane. I'm sorry. I don't use that word lightly. Yep. That's ridiculous. He's He's horrific. Those green cards and social security numbers were proven fake. Who will go to prison for that? They are well, I have a little section on that. I'm gonna try to get to it. Dwayne, thank you for being here. Time to do our research on Kamala Harris. Yeah, I've heard bits and pieces of that too, Dwayne. I haven't looked into it because it's like kind of so far out for me right now, but yeah, she's not getting great press right now, like really bad. If I've heard it, and I'm barely looking to the election, so oh my gosh, I wanted to start by talking about a case that is extremely upsetting to me because I love being upset. It's a case that happened on Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday weekend, and where during lunch period, a principal of a school in New York, the state I live in, he noticed that 4 girls, it was middle school, so they're kids, they're, like 11, 12, 13 max, maybe. He saw, imagine this, 4 little girls being hyper and giddy. Well, okay, I'm sorry, that's what they do. I was a girl once, that's what we do. Kitchen politics. Yes, indeed, it's disappointing hearing about Kamala Harris. What do you think about Senator Christian Gillibrand of New York? Oh, you don't want to know. Yeah, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. But yeah. Nice. Okay. Very funny kitchen politics. So what happened in this case, and tell me if you guys are familiar with it. This is the sickest thing. It's very upsetting to me on a personal level, obviously, because I have kids. On the basis of these aberrant children who dared to be giddy and silly or something, they had the assistant principal, who is a woman, and the nurse search the children for drugs. Not just search them. They strip searched these children. Strip searched them. That is assault to me. I'm sorry. As a woman who knows a little bit about, a teeny bit about a lot of these little areas, not a lot about anything, that's sick. If somebody dare touches my child, I swear to God, you guys are going to need to send me a cake with a file in it, because I'm not violent, but that enrages me. 3 students were made to remove their shirts. They were searched in only their bras. One of those students also was made to pull down her pants and show her legs and expose her underwear. Talk about humiliation. A 4th student refused to remove her clothing and received an in-school suspension. And yeah, you go, young lady. I pray my child's strong enough to say, don't touch me. That's unbelievable. During the searches, the nurse made humiliating comments about one of the girls' skin and about another one of the girls' breasts. Are you hearing this shit? This is like, I'm like 3 or 4 hours away from this place. I almost went there. They had like a lot of, yeah, Mr. SF Black, that's beyond violation. Yeah, I'm disgusted. And this is the crazy part. When they were on, obviously they got to talk to the school board. Pretty much the entire people that I saw out there protesting and really upset were Black people and, different non-white people, I guess you could say. They went up against the school board and said, are you kidding me? Every last one of them, maybe I missed somebody, was a white person. I was like, you got to be kidding me. You have an entire school's population that has non-white people and you don't have a single Black person or non-white on the school board? That's disgusting. I mean, I see the problem right there, not to, jump in there, but I mean, that's sick. That's criminal. So the parents weren't notified until it was done and they had been questioned, and one mother complained about it and she received a letter claiming that her daughter volunteered. During the protest, this is the stuff we're missing because Trump's tantruming and making so much noise. I don't think the press can cover as much as they need to. And she received this letter saying that, in the protest, they denied that they did anything. They actually had the gall to lie and say, we didn't strip search them. Well, because they didn't consider that strip search. It's like, oh my God, don't. Neil, did you notice the age of the girls? Yeah, they were in middle school. I think they were 12. Don't quote me. I think they were 12. They were children. It was a middle school. I mean, and I haven't read a ton of articles. I read 4 articles on it, but I was kind of enraged, so I probably wasn't having good reading comprehension. But yeah, so that is a violation beyond human. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I do, but it was sick. I mean, that kind of thing can scar a person. I mean, it's like assault. Neil, did you see the ages of the girls? Oh, I think they were 12. I mean, middle schools. If someone wants to look that up, go ahead. But I'm almost positive they were little girls, not high school, but supposedly a middle school. So that's 10, 11, 12, 13 is around middle school. Another topic that I want to get to is, yes, they were 12. Thank you. Whew. Okay, Neil, thanks. They were 12. And I just want to briefly touch on this because I have something to tell you guys. Yeah, Anthony, know where we can be safe. That's spooky. I know, in school, for God's sakes. I mean, I know I've gone to my kids' school a bunch. I hate to say it, but I won't name the years, but in one of her grades, well, I can't say it, but anyway, I don't want to get too personal, but I've gone in there, and you know what? There are Black people and other people of color and people like that who have told me stories about my kids' school and racism and discrimination, and they don't want to say anything. And I'm like, let me at them because I have my white privilege. I'm going to make them listen. And that is so screwed up on so many levels that because I'm white, I can go in there and be heard. It's sickening. It's sickening, but I'm going, because that is a kind of the way it is. Oh, I'm doing it. And I'm encouraging everyone to, and I'll back them up. I'll do whatever it takes to support people who need that, because I want to use my white privilege to help, because this is some sick stuff. I just wanted to go, I'm going to kind of go down. There's something, I'm skipping a whole bunch of stuff. Unless you guys can come up with something you want to talk about, I have to get to this because I didn't realize it. Well, okay. Oh, I see a lot of good things. Okay. I'm going to go down. If anybody wants to talk about the mass shootings that we've been having in January that are completely normalized, we can do that. But this is something that I just learned about. And we all knew that Trump, tell me what you guys think of this. We all knew that Trump hires undocumented workers. I mean, the whole thing's ridiculous. We all know that, but he's got 2 lawsuits that have flown under the radar big time. And I want to know if you guys have heard about these, because this is going to be huge. And it kind of reminded me, and I don't know much about this, but you know how some people, like, they do terrible crimes and then they get caught for tax evasion or something. This, I swear, this is the kind of thing that could do him in. His racism is, thank you, Kitchen Politics. Racism is as American as baseball. Yep, it sure is. And Anthony, when you say know where we can be safe, that's spooky. I'm playing it cool. That's heartbreaking. That's crushing. It's true. It's true. Like that guy, I don't follow pop culture, but the guy that got attacked, my God, was it Chicago? Like, he's like a famous dude. Oh, people are sick. Check this out. The Trump National Golf Course in Briarcliff fired a dozen of its veteran workers January the 18th because they were illegal immigrants. But here's the catch. The workers have a lawsuit against them. And you might think, well, they are illegal, right? Whatever. No, because they say they were actually solicited by Trump. Solicited. They were former longtime employees, said that the facts were that they knew they were illegal. They hired them on purpose. they all had knowledge of it and that Trump did too. These people were paid ludicrously low wages, and they were basically made to work incredible hours. And in actually one of the cases, there was another staff member who harassed one of them. I watched an interview, continuously harassed one of them to the point where she couldn't take it anymore, making every time Trump would say something nasty about Mexicans or Central American people, or she would basically bully this lady. I mean, bully it. I saw 3 videos on this, and the lady finally snapped and like, I can't do it. And Anthony, I know I pray a lot. Yeah, it's wow. But this wasn't a news story that was covered all over the place, unless I missed it or something. What do you guys think? These people decided to come forward, and a lot of them have their face shown. They don't care because they feel betrayed by Trump. And there were videos of these women and men talking about the conditions they had to work under. And they say that after hearing so many horrific things about the Mexican and Central American people that are coming as refugees from nations like El Salvador and Honduras and Guatemala, in countries that we Americans had a part in screwing up. Just thought I'd go there. And so what's been going on is this is just crazy. But then there's another story that you might have missed. Kitchen politics. Racism is killing poor white Americans. Their fear and ignorance due to the lack of education, it's the culprit. Why would one vote for the GOP that continues to screw them? Why would one vote for the GOP that continues to screw them over? I can't rationalize it. That's why I talked today about this kind of, amateur psychology, but it's real psychology, because I don't know why, and I don't get it. And it's just, how can these people do this? But there's so much push and pull, and it's our history. It's like Obama said, it's in the air, and I'm not making an excuse for it. I'm trying to understand it. Anthony, how president is a hypocrite. Who knew? Ha ha ha. Yeah. No. Are you talking about Trump? He's horrible. If that's who you're talking about, absolutely. That's why I'm now an independent voter. Yep. Our system isn't broken, people. It's working as planned. So mentoring. If Mexicans are so dangerous, then why have so many American companies have moved their entire company to Mexico and couldn't care less that they've left millions of Americans jobless? And also, great point. I read an article the other day that made me want to scream from the rooftops. I read an article about thousands and thousands and thousands, probably millions, of people who go to Mexico every year for healthcare. Yeah, real dangerous place. They go there for healthcare that's affordable and good healthcare. Absolutely believe it. Guys, the white elites who run this, the wealthy white elites who run this nation, have bamboozled everybody they can, and it's disgusting. Kitchen politics. My rationale. It's due to Christianity. Is it due to Christianity and religion? Once religion comes into play, common sense goes through the window. A lot of people feel that way. Kitchen politics. Money and tax-free perks is why corporations go. Textile industries in Vietnam and China, for example, and also the money, they don't have to pay as much and they don't have regulations. But sounds like somebody was it Indiana, would like us to turn to that with the child labor. We talked about that earlier. But here's a story that if you missed it, oh my God, you want to look this up. I'm following this thing. This could be what does it. New Jersey. Tell me what you guys think. Another story that you might have missed, because I missed it, and nobody has brought it up in any of my groups. It's about Donald Trump's other golf course in New Jersey, where an attorney claims he turned over evidence to the New Jersey Attorney General, Robert Mueller, and the FBI. This is what the attorney said. And the attorney works for a person who's considered illegal, which is, don't even get me started. But this time, it's not only that he's accused of knowingly hiring illegal immigrants, but actually giving them fake green cards and fake Social Security cards, and being aware the entire time that, like, completely aware that they do not have this, and they were given it, manufactured by the golf course. Because I guess New Jersey, some places, they have different checking laws. So, excuse me, but how insane is that? So that'll be a case. I mean, the allegation from the attorney is that the golf course that Trump owns and manages created green cards and created Social Security cards for the undocumented workers. So yeah, that's huge. And because so much is going on, it's flying under the radar. So I am going to try to wrap this up. I'm going to wait to see, is there anything else anybody wants to discuss? I have tons of things, but I don't want to keep you guys here forever. Kitchen politics. That's what I was alluding to earlier in New Jersey. Trump has to go to damn prison. Someone has to. Fake IDs, fake green cards, and fake Social Security numbers. Yeah, that's over the top. It's over the top. I mean, everything he does is over the top. But I'm going to scroll and wait a second because I want to see, does anybody want to bring any other topics up? The stuff that I did not get to talk about that you might be interested in. Kitchen politics. No, we should go on until 1 a.m. at least. Sorry, I was late again. I missed. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. I just appreciate everyone's support so much. I just want to quickly list a couple things that maybe we can bring up at the next one. Mueller. Okay, is he getting close or what? Things are kind of the Roger Stone thing and them raiding his place 3 places at once so he doesn't destroy records. I mean, this is getting huge. Sarah Sanders. God chose Donald Trump to be gosh, I don't even think I can read that. Sorry, kitchen politics. I don't think I can read that. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand how people live with themselves lying. If I even barely lie just a little, like maybe an exaggeration, I feel guilty. But Mr. S. Black, I saw a tweet recently from Fox News saying, stop politicizing MLK Day. It's a day of unity, not division. How Rich considered there was nothing but racial, political division during King's time. Yeah, that, Dwayne's laughing. Okay, that's hilarious. How convenient for us whites. Yes, you see, Mr. S.F. Black, I don't speak for all whites, but I like to. We don't like controversy. We don't like to have to face these kind of things. And we don't like it when you guys talk about bad things we do. So yeah, I'm just messing around. It's ridiculous. Yeah. It's embarrassing. GJM. Monroe Doctrine and Maduro in Venezuela, and 5,000 U.S. troops being deployed yet again for the draft dodger Trump and chicken hawk John Bolton. Hi, GJM. Thank you for being here. You're awesome. Things are happening so much. I don't know. Can you guys keep up? I can't keep up. I'm kind of going insane trying to keep up. And it's all totally purposeful. Every move. He is a con man through and through. And you know what? I'm not even the Republicans that have supported him make me sick. I guess it was too much for me to expect the people. These aren't just people walking around. These are people we vote into office. My children, even my little children, my big children, they know that if you stand there and you watch something happen, something bad and you do nothing, you might as well have done it yourself. You just stand there, that's condoning it and supporting it. These Republicans, they make me sick. I think I made that pretty clear. Okay, I will shut up for a minute. Kitchen politics. Representative A.C. Hastings has been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. He is in District 20, safe Democratic seat, but, oops, I just lost it. But expect Republicans to try and steal it. Who do you think is a good replacement? You guys jump in and jump right in there. Oh, kitchen politics, new person, true progressive like AOC or a career politician who will say and do anything to win. Florida has a lot of those types of politicians. Florida's got some serious issues. I mean, like our whole nation doesn't, but I swear that name is in the news constantly. So keep thinking of anything you want to talk about. I'm going to just do a quick review on the stuff that I would have brought up if I had more time. And I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you being here. I'd love to have you invite your friends. And not everybody likes to talk about this stuff. But there are people who do. And I'd love for you to help me kind of get them on here. I think for some people it's cathartic, you know. And then for other people, it's probably the one thing they would never want to do because they have to deal with it all day long. So it just depends. But I'm going to scroll up for a second. Kitchen politics, the Jerry Springer of American politics, the redheaded stepchild of America. Florida sucks. The only good thing we have is the beaches. I know. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right. Herbierto. Welcome. Nice to have you here. Hello. I hope you can tell me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but I am thrilled to have you. Thank you. And kitchen politics. I really like the beach, but the stuff I've heard coming out of Florida is horrifically racist and cruel. And oh my gosh, I have not seen you. I'm so happy to see you. Herberto. I think I got it. I'm not sure, but you'll tell me. Welcome. We're just at the very end, but I am gonna bring up, if you want to bring up any topics that have to do with racism, bigotry, and inequality, we will talk about them. You are from, I am from New York. Well, actually, I'm from California. I'm from California, USA, but I live in New York now. Let me see. Thanks. The shootings that were going on, there were 5 mass shootings in 5 days in January, and they barely got coverage. And I just quickly wanted to talk about why, because we all know why. Because they weren't done by, as far as I know. Oh, you're from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil? No way. Cool. Oh my gosh. Well, that is awesome. Well, we talk about this is a live show that we do. I do it once a week, and what it is it's for having an open and honest conversation about racism, bigotry, and inequality in America in a mixed, heterogeneous group, so we can just be real. Because sadly, white America loves to not talk about it, and it's killing people. So, not to be too dramatic, but it's the truth. Neil, we have to come to our senses about getting to the bottom of why the lynches of Black young men and people of color is growing. We're becoming like barbarians. We are the uncivilized country of America with a KKK. Yeah, it's terrifying, and on so many levels, it's terrifying. So, I mean, things are really, really getting rough. They really are. Crimes against women, crimes against, it's really getting bad. He's unleashed the very sickest among us to do horrible things. So the Roger Stone indictment is something to talk about. It's be interesting. Have you guys been listening about this Agent Orange stuff? They're actually going to not allow people to have coverage It's unbelievable. Kitchen politics. Do you think we have a wag the dog war in Venice? Oh, are you asking Herberto? Are you asking him probably kitchen politics? I mean, I'm guessing. War with Venezuela as Trump sees writing on the wall. We are trying to steal their oil. Maduro is no angel. Thoughts? Tell me what you guys think. Asking you and everyone. Yeah. I'm not comfortable answering that. I don't know enough about what's going on in Venezuela, but I do know one thing is that Trump has anything he says about it. The man is just, I'm sorry, the man's an imbecile. He really just doesn't quite get it. I mean, did you hear what he was saying about people who are, low income and stuff like that? Saying like, what's the big deal? I mean, it's just, last week when his number one economic advisor was saying what a blessing it was for everybody to have no money because they're on vacation, just kind of said it all. Really said it all. But oh my gosh, I am going to follow those illegal worker stories. I hope they get theirs coming in. I'm going to also follow the story about those little girls that got attacked basically assaulted at school. So there is a ton going on. Just going to scroll down. What do you guys think of? These are just things that we can bring up for next time. What do you guys think of this shutdown? He's going to dare to call an emergency? Like, does he understand the word emergency? I mean, he's and also, what do you guys think of this? What do you think of him? It's closing in. When is it going to happen? Neil, wag the dog, in my opinion. Wag the dog is in my opinion, is really a war on America. Tell us more. I want to hear what you have to say, Neil. Thank you. I'm so psyched that you were able to come tonight. And what do you guys think should happen to Trump if they can finally get him on something? And, it's kind of interesting how everybody was all, oh, Mueller is such a great, perfect choice. And now they've turned, it's ridiculous. Hypocrites. It's unbelievable. Then the mass shootings. The United States has less than 5% of the world's population yet. Just like mass incarceration, we have 31% of the world's mass shootings. Unbelievable. There were 32 mass shootings this month. 32. I didn't hear about them. I heard like about one. 5 were in 5 days. Lakeisha, prison for him and his sons. Kitchen politics. Is the war with Iran on the horizon as well? The military industrial complex is trying to privatize war. Absolutely. How do we stop the madness? It's kitchen politics. I absolutely agree with what you're saying. And the craziest part is this. It's everywhere. They're trying to roll back women's rights. They're trying to roll back rights for LGBTQ people, adoption rights. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I wish it would just stop. So we're not hearing about the mass shootings unless it's done by a Muslim or a person who's brown or indigenous or black or African American. So, I mean, what BS is this? The one thing that white folks in America never, ever want to talk about is the fact that the terrorists that we're so concerned about, and we want to put this racist wall up. You know who these terrorists really are? You can't put a wall up when the people are already here. They're white Americans and they're men. And every statistic shows that that's the truth. But we won't face that. We have some serious denial. Mr. S.F. Black. Hibierto, I heard the Black and Indigenous population of Brazil is under attack from the Jurassic authoritarians. Do you have any words on this? Oh, good question. Very good question. I'm not sure. I can't tell if he's still with us. I mean, on the show. But that's a fantastic question. But also, I wanted to mention the mass shootings. Something I heard that was really, really, it was bittersweet, is that members of the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh traveled to South Carolina to worship with members of the Emmanuel of AME Church. Both had mass shootings, and they bonded over mass shootings. And I'm all for bonding, but we've normalized shootings in America. It's disgusting. Why does your right, proverbial you, your right to allow anyone to own a dangerous weapon, why is that more important than my kid's right to grow up? If these are American values, they're not good. So anyway, now that I've depressed everybody, I am going to, and we didn't get to talk about the Bible study thing that Trump's on. Trump's never read a Bible in his life, let's be real. But anyway, follow these stories, and please bring your friends to come and add to this live show. I am thrilled, just thrilled to have everybody here. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And I'd love it if people would help me get other people to get into this, because I ran out of white friends, pretty much in general. And they all ran away. So I'm kind of counting on other people to help bring people in. If you believe that it is way past time for white America to take some responsibility for our real racial history and support our brothers and sisters who don't deserve this systemic racism, please help me by getting people to come in and learn and listen. Okay? And kitchen politics. Thank you for having the show tonight. It was great. Oh, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, every one of you. Thank you so much. And personal message me. I'm slow getting back, but I will get back to you. And people have been sending in great stuff. Oh, shalom. Good night. People have been sending in great stuff. Personal message me with keeping me posted on things. And remember, if you ever have any contacts that you think would want to collaborate, anybody who needs their story told, who's not getting it told by the media, send them my way. All right. Good night, Dwayne. Good night, Neil. Thank you so much. Good night, David. And I don't know if Lori's still here. Good night, Mr. SF Black. And good night, Lakeisha. And anybody I missed, because I'm scrolling up, I am thrilled for you to be here. Okay, so don't be a stranger and personal message me. Right. Good night. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Made my night. And now to say goodbye. Not always the easiest thing. That's kind of funny. Good night, everybody. Actually, good night, Lakeisha. Little trouble ending this. Oh. Just stare at me for a minute. Can I have some tech help over here? What? Can I have some tech help over here? I can't end the show. Guess I have to stay on all night. Thanks, sorry. I'm such a dork technologically. I know, I have to look at myself. Thanks. So happy some people came tonight. It's awesome.